as I'm doing that, I'm understanding these shapes and sound. Oh, that's like a G minor triad down, then an A flat 1, 2, 3, 5 pattern up that kind of wraps around a C sharp minor thing that goes into a diminished thing, and then it's like these bebop enclosures around here. I'm a big practitioner of and an advocate for the craft of transcribing, and I don't mean the writing it down part, that's a separate skill set, but I just mean learning music by ear and earning it through repetition. I don't know about you, but almost any time I take the horn out for the first time in a day, like that very first encounter, I'm always met with this resistance, you know, this force of like, I don't want to, it's not gonna feel good, I don't know, like what should I practice? There's so many options. Should I start with scales? Should I start with long tones? What should I do? It's like,
we worked together yesterday, everything was pretty much good when we left off, but I know from experience
that the moment I put this thing in my hands, it's gonna frustrate me. Because yesterday when I put it down, everything felt great. It felt awesome. I felt limber. I could do whatever I wanted to do on the instrument. And today when I pick it up, it's gonna disappoint me. I know it. And for me, the act of transcribing is my favorite tool to just get me in, get me going. Like nothing gets my juices flowing and my sort of excitement to practice like digging into some solo that's really got me excited. And the best kinds are when I'm excited / terrified. I want to share one of those solos with you today because the tool that I use to do this, a super powerful digital tool that I've used ever since CDs, and allows me to connect to Spotify and save hundreds of playlists and thousands of snippets of song sections. That's a lot of alliteration. That I've accumulated over years. That tool, which I've made videos about in the past, I got so many questions about the app that I was using. The app is called the Amazing Slowdowner, but it's no longer gonna work after today, August 31st. Or more specifically, it's not gonna work with Spotify. See, I got this message saying that September 1st, it won't work. Not at all, not just the slowdowning part, but the looping, the saving, the work at all with Spotify. Now, maybe I could switch over to Apple Music and I might have to do that, but either way, it's a real bummer. I have so much time invested into saving little sections of songs into this app. Spotify, why? Why do you have to do this? Anyway, in memoriam, I thought, well, what the heck, let's use it for its full potential here, and let's go down the rabbit hole of an incredible solo, a Chris Potter solo that I started tackling just yesterday because I was like, you know what, I probably do need to slow this sucker down. Again, for me, that's the looping feature that is paramount. I have all these little sections, so these are tiny little chunks of the solo that are saved, and I can just go to any which one of them and just loop that one section, like this. Ah! See, there it is. No having to play, pause, rewind, whatever. I can just let that sucker go. So let's listen to this song. Did I say what it was yet? But first, let's check in on George. He's holding up well. So far, so good. Even growing a new little guy here. Hi, little George. And a quick reminder, I'll be on tour in Europe this fall from the end of September through the middle of November. First with my band, then with Snarky Puppy. September 29th through October 14th with my group. Love to see you at a show. A lot of effort and hard work has gone into this. It's been rescheduled multiple times. It's a mountainous task. Is that a phrase, mountainous? It's gonna be one now. It's a lot to put one of these things together. So I would love to see you at one of these shows if you're watching and you're nearby or you know somebody nearby one of these shows. And then I'm doing a masterclass in Manchester on October 16th. And then from October 17th on, I'll be with Snarky Puppy. The song is called Conception by George Shearing. It's a very challenging song in its own right. It's AABA form, but the A sections are 12 bars each. So 12, 12, 8, 12. Hi, buddy.
You should leave some cans at cold water.
Oh, what's going on? And the song is really challenging just in and of itself. I mean, it's in D flat. It has that form I was talking about. It has lots of difficult chromatic 2/5s and minor 2/5s. And besides that, there's just things that happen on the saxophone to play this melody. Like if you play it in the bottom octave, your first couple of notes are low B flat to low B, E flat. It's like a... Anyway, low B flat to low B. Right out of the gate, in this version I'm gonna play for you with Chris Potter, he's playing it in the lower octave. So your very first thing is like this kind of pinky key movement. Again, if I came in and said, all right, before I get to practicing any music that I'm gonna learn or transcribing, I'm gonna first go through all sorts of scales, etc., etc. Would I ever run into this kind of an exercise? So that the tune itself presents such a challenging exercise that just learning the melody was enough. And oh, by the way, I didn't say the version of the song. So this is, I'll probably mispronounce his name. This comes from a record by the trumpeter Alex Zapanian, maybe. Chris Potter on tenor saxophone, David Kukowski on piano, Scott Colley on bass, and Jeff Tane Watts on drums. Oh, and by the way, they do it in 7. So I've been shedding the head. Just the melody of this has been like a serious shed for me for like the last month plus. Here's the head one time as a finished product. This took a lot of work for me to get this, and I used the amazing slowdowner, the looping features to get me there. A section, B section, B section, A section plus B section, all the whole form. It's a monstrous workout, and there's a part where he comes out of the bridge. When they come out of the bridge back to the last A, he comes out of the melody with this bridge thing. That is gnarly. It's an interval of a minor ninth from middle B natural all the way down to low B flat, quickly back up. It's an intense thing. Just the melody is this. All right, let's listen to the solo now before this software shuts me down. It's my last chance to do this. I may even slow some of it down. But first, let's just listen to the solo. It's about 2 minutes. I will zip my mouth while the solo is playing, but I cannot be held responsible for my physical reactions. They are bound to happen. I'll do my best to raise my hand when I'm indicating that I want to flag that moment to save as one of my little sections. Well, let's listen. You ready? Sorry, I already forgot the flagging. All of that is flagged. Okay, let's start again. Okay, sorry, I'm talking. Okay, I gotta just point out, one of the things that I love about Potter's playing, even on a song as challenging as this, okay, forget the part about how I wasn't gonna stop. He's not just playing through the changes. I mean, he is playing, he's shredding through the changes, but it's not just a bunch of BS. Like, he's accurately defining every little nook and cranny of these incredibly complex chord changes, and yet at the same time, he's navigating through it with these beautiful small motifs. Just check this, da-ba-da, da-ba-da. I mean, that's part of the melody. It's the last 2 measures of the phrase, and he takes that. So I mean, he's using the melody to motivically, I'm at a loss for words, but it's great. I mean, what? What? Also, we have to discuss I'm gonna just nobody for my nobody has the rhythmic precision. This is 2009, by the way. We could go way back. Chris Potter, he's like the best drummer who happens to be playing a saxophone with the best saxophone tone and facility. I mean, he's like, the time is the thing here. It's razor sharp. There's no fat fingering through any of this, like cognitively or physically. No, not at all. It's just incredibly precise. Listen to this delivery. I mean, that's the part I already, okay, well, that's definitely flagged. I have that. The courage it takes to stop running the changes there and to get into the rhythm and to be syncopated and what he's doing, leaping and jumping around there. It takes so much command of not just the notes and the changes and the technique, but the form and the understanding of like what's happening, where you are, where he's floating above it. I mean, this is some multiple next level stuff here. Okay. I mean, what? Okay, I mean these structures. I mean the chords are going down. This is contrary motion. I mean this is a compositional technique as old as music. He's executing a beautiful thing here. The chords are stair-stepping down, and he's taking a phrase that's stair-stepping up. I mean listen to this. So this serves to create. What's the point? It serves to create tension. See what's happening? We're coming out of the bridge. I think we're in the bridge, actually. I'm a little bit lost right now in terms of where we are. Whatever's happening, the sequence that's happening, okay, maybe it's not the bridge, I don't know. But whatever's happening, the music is kind of going like this, and he's kind of going like that, so it's sort of stretching, you know, it's creating this tension that we can feel before he resolves it. Come on now, what? Okay, all right, let me just pull up a little part here. So this is kind of where I started, and I'm not gonna be able to, it's not about getting through the whole solo. I'm not gonna get through this whole solo, but I can really kind of vibe on a couple parts that are really helpful to me. Woo! So I started with this. No slowing down needed there. Bye bye, do do da boo da. I do that. That's my slowing down. I play it, check it. Okay. I'll do that over and over, and then I go to the next part. This next part, this is crazy. So that part, somewhere in there, like the front half I didn't need to slow down, but then here. Somewhere in here, it's like, okay, let me drag that down a little bit, 70%. That part right there, let me go to 50%. And at that tempo, then I can sort of make some educated guesses that I can check. But as quickly as possible, I want to get back to 100%. By and large, that's like it's like an after effect. I'm just checking my work there. The thing is, I want my ears to kind of grab it in real time. I want to practice that and try to like hear it and then sing it and then play it, etc. But this has just been a great tool. I'm gonna miss it. Gosh, I'm super bummed. So then I'll put the three together and I'll wind up with something like this. And as I'm doing that, I'm like, I'm understanding these shapes and sound. What he's doing, oh, that's like a G minor triad down, then an A flat 1, 2, 3, 5 pattern up that kind of wraps around a C sharp minor thing that goes into a diminished thing, and then it's like these bebop enclosures around here, and then he comes down around there, and then, oh, that's D flat major 9, he's just going up and doing a bird thing at the top, and then it comes back down and kind of, hits the melody again. I mean, that's what's happening up here as I'm doing all this. That's it, Amazing Slowdowner. I will miss you and your connection with Spotify. Spotify, please rethink this. And if you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to my channel and leave a comment for me below. I read them all. And if you'd like to download a copy of this practice framework reference diagram, there's a link to the poster in the description below.